Hello, it's the Art Monarch here, back again today. We're drawing with ink. Yes, that's what I'm doing here. And I'm also using a little bit of marker and a yellow Pigma Micron, a little orange as well later on. So this is a submarine, but as you can see, it's a lot of abstract shapes. It's not really a submarine, okay? It's basically like a bunch of parts that have been taken apart and then are all floating in the sky. That's kind of what it is. It's a diagram of a submarine. My own custom design. So maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. But I think it looked pretty good. It turned out a lot better than I expected. And I think what made it more different than some of my other drawings is that I added a little bit of cross-hatching in the background. And it really pops the drawing off of the page. It gives it a different look. And you'll notice that if you just skip ahead. You can skip ahead and see the drawing if you want. It looks pretty good. I like the cross-hatching. It's got a wavy look to it. It almost feels like it's underwater, which makes sense because it's a submarine. So it's been taken apart and the pieces are floating. I like drawings and diagrams that look like that, where it's maybe like a remote, for example. It's all taken apart and you can see the pieces. It's almost like an instruction manual that you would see inside of the box of some new table or chair you bought from IKEA. That's basically what this drawing is. It's a diagram, an instruction manual on how to build your own submarine. Yes, it's a complete guide to building your own submarine at home, and it's a full-sized one. You can go ahead and travel deep down in the ocean. Anyways, so I like the look of it. This is in my new Moleskine sketchbook, this is the third page. I haven't made a video explaining that this is a new sketchbook, but now you know. Okay? So I plan on making a lot of different machines in this sketchbook, but I also want to try different things like manga, trying to draw some different anime people or characters. Not any characters in particular, my own. I want to create my own manga characters. The style that I'll go for is a Junji Ito / Katsuya Terada with an abstract spin on it. It might look something like that. And I might even go into the Monarch Machination and then add in some different anime style drawings. But that's kind of the plan for this sketchbook. And I'll probably use a lot more color because, as you can tell from maybe my last drawing, I made another drawing and there was a lot of different colors in it. The profile picture of this channel, the new one, I might do some different drawings like that where I'm putting neon colors on the face. It kind of looks like a cyberpunk. That's how I feel like what it is. It's like a cyberpunk neon city. You're walking around, there's all these bright lights. I'm in the mood to really draw cyberpunk characters. I talk about it, but I don't really draw people or anything. So that's what we're going to work on. Sketching out, really focusing on that. And the machines, I'll set them to the side a little bit, and then later on I'll put them together into some kind of weird, giant, monster, humanoid machine. Insect, bugs, all of that. I really do like the cross-hatching that I did in the background of the drawing later on. It's probably my favorite part, honestly, because I'm so used to drawing the same things a lot, which I enjoy, but it's similar. It doesn't always look better. I expect them to be better, the next one that I make, but sometimes it just looks the same. And so doing a little bit things differently, like adding a background, changes it up, and it makes me feel like I'm in the drawing, like it's moving around the waves of the water or whatever. So like I said, this is a diagram, a kind of instruction manual for a submarine. I'll probably do a lot more of these, where I'm taking different objects and then pulling them apart, looking at every single piece inside. And some of them might be real, and Other ones will be like this one that are just made up in my mind. They don't work. I am going to work on an engine. That's the goal for the rest of this year. I don't know how engines work or cars or any of that, so I'll have to learn all of that, which is a challenge, but I feel like I can memorize things pretty well, and when I draw the same thing, the same parts over and over, by the end of the year I should be able to put together an entire engine. I shouldn't have too much problem with overlapping the parts and the shapes all together on one page because these abstract drawings do kind of look like engines. A lot of them can be seen as that, but they're just a bunch of different cubes and shapes all melded together with curved different. Some parts do look like they could be rocks or natural organic shapes that you would see outside, and then other ones are just more angular. So I do a lot of that, so I feel like if I started making an engine, it wouldn't be as difficult because I kind of have the feel of the whole thing. I'm very used to the process of making abstract drawings and just getting into the flow of the shapes and not knowing what part actually does what moves and is stationary. So that's going to be a challenge, actually drawing the parts and seeing how they switch and move and all of that. Anyways, that's all here for this page. This is in a medium-sized sketchbook, so you can tell that there's a lot more going on than the pocket-sized sketchbooks, which have detail, but it's a little bit more difficult to make the drawings look big. They all look kind of tiny in there. The cross-hatching is nice. I like it. I'm going to have to work with going in different directions, having a pattern go on. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.